Aka Marcus. I'm working with Pasodi as Hamlighter.
Thank you. We go to our sister Abigail.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Abigail Sewa. I'm a business administration student. Yeah, thank you.
Once again, you are welcome, my panelists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the Bakacham and program no ye de tree any brofo and a baye. If say and then on the bay and a hiama yaw for any bebre. Inti awphobia wutie no ye best stress ubenya komana watie no asopem. Sebi ye nkasa ye na yenim e na ye kyerɛ. Ye nyina no ye de yadwen e na eboa. Sɛde bɛyɛ a ye mmɔfra na ye wo mu okrom ha sei no. Ye nyina ye betumi atoto adwen e ma wo mu yiedie no awie pɛyɛ. Aha yen Ghana ye wo kasa bi sɛ abofra no e wo yefunu mu a e na ye wo nko a wo dia na emu opie ba dia a eye amansan nyina dia. Enti wansa ya wo abofra no no obia obehu abofra no fa ne sɛ eye ne ba no no. Enti ye kwankura ye befa so a saa abofra ye wo mo ogema krom ha nyina no ye betumi atete wo mo ama omo nya nyina so no eno na ye hwehwe eno nti ne akwafa program we ato ye ho so se ye beye de ye betumi bia ne atoto adwen eni awofo nyina ne emofra nankasa nso a eko school no na Awurade adom ama won school kɔ no etumi aye easy ama wo mo na won yiedie nso no etumi awie mu die. Enti no sɛ wo awofo bi na wo tie ye ne a ye beso se ti no wasopem men fan sɛ sɛbe ye na ye ba be kyerɛw ekwane a wo befa so a wo betete wo ba edo de ye ntumi nkyerɛw sa akwane a befa so wo betete wo ba nanso adwenkyerɛ enni nipa ba ko tirimu nti no eno nti ne afa ya to ye ho so na megiri sɛ wo tie no wasopem a nyame nso ebɛyɛ ye mmoa ema ne aye hwehwɛ no awie pɛyɛ abofra no eyi edie no wie oye yi a enya wonkwa na wonya ho mfaso enipa nyina enya ne ho mfaso bi nti ye be sɛ mo betie no wɔ asopem amayen ye damase. So you begin with kinder grippe before you send the child to the kindergarten. When you give birth to the child, you have 3 years before you send the child to kindergarten. There are some kindergarten they accept, and that is all we call kindergarten. That is not kindergarten. Before the 3 years is not kindergarten. After the 3 years, before the child entered the kindergarten. So here we want to see that before the 3 years, what do you have to do this child? Do you have to stay with the child at home without anything, and then after 3 years you send it to the kindergarten and tell the teachers to at least put something in the child, or you yourself you can do something before the 3 years? Enti ehon ne ye hya se afiri sɛ owu abofra na ansa na obedi mfie miensa a ode no bɛkɔ kindergarten no owu awofo na dia na obetumi ayɛ wɔ abofra no ho ansa na ode na kɔ kindergarten na atichafo no so aboa wo. Enti abusuafo me tuwe ma sɛ ye wu abofra na edie be na ye awofo no ɛwɔ sɛ yetumi ɛyɛ ansa na de akola na kwa kindergarten. Samako so bedika kasa amaye.
Okay, men kan say me am wo akora be ma say wo twam 27 years they onya akora bio. But the most important is there are yewo eniema kitinkiti bia e wo say akora no be ma say e wo say parents no itim de ma akora no. So Megan said, Bertelsmann, a research be. Said the most important Emma and Quarano said for their future is the first 3 years. First 3 years, the only Aquarano Bayano will have a effect our Aquarano future. So, your program I only say. Me okasa minka tria na mintra mintimi but we have parents amefa say omo eco school omo eka English through English educated the also educating Kwarano first 3 years English from home English some how to write down some English. Like when I wake up in the morning, I wash my face and I wash my teeth, something like that. They put them on a paper. So it is our first 3 years, So the Akorano be swim it will help him or her. Say, or what kindergartner basic winning. So it does the first 3 years in the meeting me a country, me as a parent.
Okay. Mr. Patrick, who can solve them?
President, yeah. As the Mr. Hubert Kayano. You're right. But what I would say is like the first stage, the fundamental principles are every parent should base on is the environment. I mean, when we say about the environment, the environment, the influence from the environment, it affects the child's well-being, the child's development. Like there's a saying that if you take a child out of the environment, his action will be affected. Like giving somebody to a different environment will show the person his behavior, his action, his thoughts, his values, and everything. So if I want to educate something, I have to take the person to the confined environment where I'm supposed to scan her future, his or her future. So like when it comes to children, like what Mr. Herbert was saying, what the parents should start doing is to teach the child the environment. Where are we? I mean, like when you talk about the environment, things, our surroundings, what are surrounding us? The nature, you look at the sky, the trees are green, the sky is blue, as everybody would say it. The grasses are green. These are all the surroundings, what we see. And when we come to the touchable environment, things that we can touch, like, oh, these are cars, these are houses. When the child develop that stage, take that mindset along with before the child enters the 3-year kindergarten process. The first thing that the parents have to know that the child understand his or her surroundings, his environment, what is around her, or what's around him or her. So that's what I would say. The environment is a basic factor, the basic principle, the fundamental rule in developing a child is for the child to learn his or her environment before the child can move to the next stage or the next dimension. Thank you.
Okay. Our sister Abigail?
Yeah. Okay. Me patch any day because before before kindergarten and also kindergarten na if ye I think say it was obia etimiche neba bibi hono de I think say awofo bia on the way of the way on besia atichi or more embano intimi patch hono like the wofi say ebeboa akra like engines are obviously inti even books be crying now or better like children books be crying now or better so more simple one even ABCD 1 2 3 it is I know many or even some or some toys be in a way, being in the colors, say a triangle, we a circle, we see. Timpassion no manoma be bro ha. I believe say Utimission will see na or more cooking na creeping before the cooking garden and a bobby bree. A bobby bree.
Okay. Adeɛ baako nso a mepɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ ne sɛ no yɛ abibifoɔ ɛna yɛtu kwan aba bɛwura aborɔfo mu. Enti no Europe ha ne obi a normal utu kwan free otra African borders nko ade a you enter a different environment. Enti no sese no yɛde yɛ ho yɛyɛ bibifoɔ no ho ɛbɛtoto aborɔfo na yɛwɔ wɔn mo ntam no na yɛahwɛ sɛdeɛ wɔn mo yɛ wɔn mo nneɛma ɛfa because nkɔla na yɛwo wɔn mo ha sei no yɛnhwɛ sɛ Omu besua Africa nneɛma. Yebetumi akyerɛ wɔn Africa nneɛma on our way. But omu asitena wɔ ha ne omu school system wɔ ha ne deɛ. Ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi hwɛ deɛ aborɔfo no ɛyɛ. Na yɛabɔ yɛn ho mmɔden biara sɛ yebetumi de yɛn nso yɛn mma no awura mu saa. Sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn ɛhyɛ aseɛ school sɛdeɛ kindergarten yɛka yi a ɛnkɔnkɔyɛ wɔn ade foforɔ. Example kakra me de be man say yenya yetafru train ne bus no yetimi hwe awofo bi no okuta akola be say 1 year na okuta ebi a book bi ana toy bi ana bibi sa na ode kyerɛ akola no sa book nkitenkiten pictures ne ade a omori nya omo de kyerɛ enkola no anope na me ne ewuraba bi kasa na me kan say abrofo no say omo ba no da kindergarten no mukwa no do mo coach plaza wo mo no mo kasa megidi se yehu but yeye bibifo no ye mfa saa niema no se ye habit eno na saa mre no ye fi se ye hya ase na ye sua saa niema nkitinkiti bi saa ebeboa yen because toy bia broni beto ama ne ba bia no ewode e kyere ewode e kyere. For example, auto ebia polizai auto the manner or can be akira akola no se bia opia bonten wo hu sa design colors no of any auto a kire se the polizai na eba anameboa
yeah no correct
omoto sa we kindergartens near the adono nyina na bia light is so ana brofo no so dia so why say bibi omu beto bia no omu design to the way say even though a toy there but it's the same thing like you see it outside because light in there the idea ohu nyina no o set na enam kunu say wi na light is so enti akola no na mabonten anu ohu sa de ne pe wo hu say wo hu ade no wo fie dada even though want me nka say police na adwumani but wo hu say sa auto ni de wo hu say auto we no mahu wo fie enti eye police enti before the 3 years nya be say ye betumi afa kwan bi so ama sa ne marketing ti we nyina no emofra na ye den ehu na ye do mu wura kindergarten na wo mu ankwa ankoye enipa foforo say de excuse me say mbeka say daki
me pacho betimi bam kakra.
Yeah.
One thing is kindergarten no omo responsibilities. Germany because omo off guard. Yeah, start no omo responsibility. Omo eniema I was omo ye. But omo responsibility is to support the parents. So and yes, I was omo no na it take the 100% responsibility, but the parents no ewo 75%. So they said okay.
Yeah.
There are basics. A year was an answer and Quran boko kindergarten. So at least they have to know. They have to know what is 1. They have to know what is 2. They have to know what is elephant. They have to know what is affair. So through a converse neighbor a Quran bit messia there. It's just a simple you walk puzzle big one. So remember say elephant ufa elephant na dia shedua no na atrogu ase elephant ye wo bit says a police bag ya na okay. So mostly a man remember say a man and I am more interested in cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, maybe say a police wagon, cranking wagon. So, cranking wagon say okay, we no sa cranking wagon when it's to rescue, it's there to rescue people. So, police wagon is there to assure security. So, and the most important is that I was in Quran, so street plots. Every corner baby out you get street plots. So, these are street plots, between and Quran, they will get friends, they will get to know. Remember, the first, now, yet na share and you na sisa and you yes a phone.
Yeah.
Do that with the kids, and then Quran in so they will learn something out of it. So it is most important is that we have 75% responsibility. Kindergarten, be 25 in the best way. So, to make can see a fact.
Yeah. Okay, baby, wa hase ya me feel say was here share nso a ehun hia pa nso. Speed plus na ye de enkola no ekono. One, enye se bia enkola no ha dwen bebre wo fie nti na ya na omdo omko speed plus ho. Okay, baby, wa me feel say ehun hia pa omko kosua baby ho. One, okokonya damfo. Enti wo hunu se de enkola nketoa obetumi ne enkola nketoa nso adi agro bi american akola no ono ne o first born wawo no entitem bia wonne wo awofo no nko a na eden ewo fie enti no so niko speed plus ona okoko hia enkola fofora otumi ne omudi agro emengle enti at the age of 3 no obekwa ko wura school no nu ahu say me sesofo kra no mahie bi dada na nya fe no okwa ko hia ne sesofo nti me fi say sade no ma wenum nyina no yade a eho hia a wo se ye hye no nso na ye nso yetumi etu ho na mo na nya se bi a o ka se me de me bibi ni nti me nkwa brofo me bi na tan bia ye niema se ebibifo ye omo niema se environment na ye wo no o se ye yi ebibisam firi mu ni ye hu se sei na German for eyi omade mi wo Germany enti akola no aha no obeko school aha no obeye na de enti bibia onini ye bia no e wo se o focus no ye se environment na owomu no na o hwe so na ye de atete nkola no okay se ye hwe se ye de akola no ko kindergarten so a edie na ye awofo na wo se ye hwe se akola no nya be se 3 years o de na e kindergarten edie na wo se wo hwe animu
Hello.
Yeah,
what can I say? Say I crowded the kindergarten now. The most important thing is say all parents necessarily are more attentive. You know, attentiveness is most important because what the teachers over there, the caterers, what they are expecting from the parents, they say, a serious say, that love for the child. Like love for the child means say, see a friend meeting, are you present? And what I also interacting. How do you interact with the parents? I mean, with the teachers. Sorry, they want to know the interest that you have on your child. If your parents will need that interest, okay, say the going say obi make us okay ne ba nko kindergarten no me so ma me ba nko bi but e be efa PTA meeting onko ye more report say ye more ye send some letters say okay letter mum kutu ya so munye we ya onye ye den kra na ekọ ha o ma ne ba nko and that kind of abstinence no if it develops more now we no teachers no in the staff in this sector no omu say no oba no nye de onfa no woni interest no esa na no so timi affect akra no so like what I would say is if you really want to scan the future of your child now there are some factors we now you have to bear it in mind and one factors me say like social media what's going on I say capture the information on social media okay nkra then they say there na esi hu nkra ho search it through the internet networking when we say okay nkra no ye for mo nkwa ye de mo ko playing ground ase no musua the more now yes you are developing underneath you are developing the child's growth his brain's new within and what channel you are bringing the child in a different dimension but all this within most of what I've seen as part of Africans especially Ghanaians or the kindergarten now or you say the teachers are doing the work the rest of the work say training the child bringing the child upbringing it's like the teachers are more reliable today but only you're wrong I said Mr. Herbert kind yeah, we take 75% of the training. The teachers, they are ordered. I'm using the word ordered. They are ordered to do their job, but they can't train the child because training the child, it depends on you, the parents.
Their responsibility.
And that's what I'm saying is that you have to scan the future of your child. How are you going to scan it? Through social networking, you capture information, like your attitude. Say attitude. When we talk about attitude now, like panic and fears, we parents I see free your problem because most African parents, the fear of the word language, German language, they put them back. Oh, Mr. It becomes more, you become more inferior to the system. And once you get more inferior to the system now, your doors are closed. You become more endothermic. Like being endothermic, you don't accept nothing outside. Your energy is just within. So we have to change our attitude. We need to be more explorer. We need to we need to navigate outside. Let's search information about child. Once you be a forum be about child, you go there, you listen. Now they are up to your way. Like somebody told me, say the way, like in terms of marriage, the way we marry is like when you see some couples fighting, you ask them what are they fighting? Like we are fighting because of money. Then you add up to your marriage. Say, okay, and I said, yeah, when I get married, in terms of financial crisis, maybe I said this thing would happen. By and by, you absorb this information. It will help you. It will equip you. It will empower you to make you great. And then me transfer that way in position. So let me show you. The most important thing is that we need to scan the future of the child. It's not easy to say we'll raise your crap, but all this thing here, we need information. We need networking. We need to interact. Yeah. But it was an American. Good.
Yeah. Me patron me so me patron na mo bi kan fa wo no ya. Patron de nyina o maka ni nyina ye no kre. Especially only a teachers for no able to some kind of friendship be and also ya na me fi say ehu hia pa. And enye kindergarten nko a school ne other further education ni nyina plays a big role because they said na Patrick can like almost check sa no mani nyina to you no there it might not be say it be on fa oba ho ne but that's how they see it it be a time out the neighbor do you bring them on time or more so are they equipped with almost school bags or more lunch even or more dressing or more appearance and or more pons so ultimate be fa or more tiny ni nyina is no mani teachers for more training and then based on some informations sa actions no mo hu ni nyina no na or more some form of perception be so into even with other parents so cry you good cry say or no more be have contact so that Patrick can even nye bibia na obetimi hu obviously and that for no so no anytime be brace at the same rough and I think I can say that because most of our parents have 2-3 jobs they have to do it. Hey, interne they won't mean kasa, but ninyine mo na things say yet mini teachers for no even parents no cry if we be or hona wonim cry now ni parents be a free cry. They might tell you omba mo oh ebia next week you say you ebia me bay say you nti ninyine mo cry no also timi informations be wo ha ebia na wonim. Nti na patro no so na me woka. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. McCann, I'm talking from experience. About the experience is about 20 years ago, but remember that and share don't change your kindergarten or the parents they have to be present. They have to also lunch. So, conciliation, it means what parents, so to communicate with the parent, to communicate with the kids in the kindergarten, and
yeah,
the effect in it will make a Quran. So a Quran say, this is me mommy, and I say this is me papa. One obey we na yedi. So it psychologically, it gives the kind a big support, So for unknown fadment now, ubijina so no dia grow up. No, it's very, very, very important. And the Americans say activities beyond on the kindergarten beyond the parents, they have to involve. They have to be involved. Akorano gibo stack, akorano, say even krano, say ubigi bo stack krano, akrafu frogi bo stack, awonye on one band gibo stack. When any banning, a dear you bit me at the amakorano. So, say, Vinact fire. Na munina parents nina amunina amoko. So through that, akorano fatherment, will be strong. My advisor, I'm talking from experience,
Yeah.
Advice I'm giving my parents,
Okay.
And what I would like to say is like how should I say it? We need to adjust ourselves. We have this kind of it's not our fault because we were brought up with this localized village mentality lifestyle of living. Excuse me using that language because our educational system in Ghana, even though we learn something, but we come out achieving nothing. What am I saying? Every parents we feel more like we know something, but we don't know. The Ghanaian, I mean, as I'm using the Ghanaian for instance, we see say like approaching the whites, to absorb information, is a taboo. In a taboo in such a way that we become more inferior because we had this mindset, this media mindset, that kind of stereotype, and say the whites they don't like us. Because every time in the media, what they've shown the black, I mean, we have this way, and it has put some fears within us. And when this certain comes now, it affects the child upgrowing. Like I said, the environment affects the life of the child. Because if you want to change a child, you don't tell the child, hey, stop what you're doing. You need to change his environment. Once the environment is changed, his action changes. Once the action changes, the values also change. So we need to erase that village localized mentality in our mind. We need to erase it. Then we absorb this modernized digital technological lifestyle of living right now, the age of information right now. We need to absorb it. Once we absorb it now, things will become different for us. Because you see, say, oh, we are making a progressive move. Even though we haven't reached the point where we want to be, we are seeing progression. We need to know our starting point. Where is your starting point? Where did you start from? I started from Ghana, I started from Sunyani. Like I went through all some thick and thorns. Once you know your starting point, you know how far you have gone because you are in the progression. So this is what every parent should know.
And to add something to what you are saying, sometimes we the blacks, we look inferior to ourselves But most of the whites too, a lot of them they want to know something about we the blacks. So the closer you get to them, then you see that because the nipa no say one kasa no ho a sometimes ono kro oba be kasa ho anu odwen say but the moment how be kasa no pe ube hu ono so ani gi a obeden wodi be hia o enti no say yetumi ebowura omu a eno na yebetumi no madi nkomo fa ye ma no ho ani ade nyina because e very important say oba ani obi eba ko school ba ko na say one no wo ayonkofa mutimi nya enkomodie enya say musua bibi bebre between that two family no not necessarily say be ne ba ko school ntina onen but the moment na how kura na yenya adamfo nso through this no yetumi nya anamfo megidi say yetumi etu sa na mon na eno nso ebeboa yen ema ya sitna ewo krum ase no megidi say aye anigye ama aboa ye ma no nso
mpatwa me one more e bi so ka to say mpatwa de work no like I think say you move bebre no I na ida share dream so because of the language na bi ayente nti no ko bibi kra na ama wa bo hu sheki bibi sa batemrofo no so ana dodo na omu hu ne sa mu yeah omu yenkofo bi I say oben omu like oni omu ye free and omu so they open up because naturally no omu ye reserved that especially Germans for no even school ene adwuma mu kra no obehu sa oben omu na no omu ye open no omu stay ubusebusa even say you know cry they treat you different into kindergarten when you cry even those I want to take us and cry na so ubetimi apo bi cry any or take us and any or no wo be kon na bibi cry na wabusa because ana omo wa ibi say they already have a perception that o kala no especially who say foreigner that omo what to that so naturally no into and say also omo no omo perception is bibi say yo I mean you have to try to prove them wrong in a way. So though we are foreigner cry, like you still care for your child, you're still trying to do your best. Because elder ninyina anymore no two actions ne obey or mono the way we see you on your ninyina will also determine the way they treat your children.
Yeah.
Because any day baby sometimes we on I say fa ho in bracket because no no obviously then I will bow fa ho. But the way we see ho no you know one yes I know man no man who they treat your child and our children anyhow.
And I said they make say won't take us an okra na who show more interest bia utiminya danfo bi onu e bia no otebrofo pa no who say won't take us na bibi e koso bia no onu ya obabua ama wahu nia e koso but bia say ye bebe ye reserve who no already who your disadvantage who disadvantage because of casting no say atwo ho kwa akira meaning say you are exempting yourself more from the system.
What I would like to say and say, we the Africans, for instance, living in Europe, you have to have this restive mindset, that restlessness in terms of like to back up from the behind, to step up like a springboard, like you are behind, you to come forward. So stepping up, in Europe, one born in Europe, his fundamentals, his background has already been laid. Your money is car and all that, but you didn't have that access. And sometimes I blame parents no more. I know, say, it's because of that, they are running out of something. Something is chasing you, so you need to, so you forget the important things and you chase after something that, even though it's important, but it's not relevant right now. The money. Everything is like, okay, work. So the time for having with your child, it becomes more, it diminishes. It diminishes. I don't know, so whether it's the remnant of there's a colonialism or whatever they call it, we don't know. Because time factor is one of the most important. If you don't have time for your child, forget it. Forget it. Because when the time is not there, you can't do nothing. You can't have the time for you to ask the child, what you learned in kindergarten. Let's go out, let's go for a stroll, time. But once we have this kind of restive mind, I want to acquire some knowledge, I want to acquire some money, I want to acquire some property. So everything is like work to break that yoke from my neck. So in the essence of breaking that yoke, no, they don't know say once you are breaking that yoke, no, you are breaking that yoke of hardship from your descendants, from your child and your descendants, because what you lay down right now, no, it's going to affect their lives because some are linked up to your success, no, some are linked up to. Some are linked up to your success. So once if you don't calculate your step well, you are going to affect the life of your descendants. And then that's the main way we are parents, we don't know, because we have this restive mindset and say at all costs you have to break the yoke, no, the yoke of poverty, and have to break it. The child is on your one some walk around one day. Nyame behe no, onyina obekọ kopa hospital aye. Kwan obefo because the kindergarten na wo no. Once as Canada all the nah, and as it's kind of say that was in you don't know. Which me ko social akwa pay adwuma so oni adwuma o you don't know nyanya school and as oni adwuma. So we have this way mindset no. And also and the language barrier and also a big problem. So when me expressing on German language, it's not a problem, it's not a crime. But try to understand what you were taught at
some
home.
Basic things.
Yeah, some basic things here, no, but what you were taught at home, English, no. Some people don't know, some people don't understand the English at all. And so sometimes I wonder, say, how did they made it to come to Europe? I mean, we are to interact. So that's a problem. That's the problem because if you don't know, we came to a country whereby now we are having problem. If you have been to UK or something, that wouldn't be a problem. But here you have to, for you to understand the German, you have to learn the English very well because it's the English that will translate the German. Because we don't have any key translation here. So that's the problem most of the parents may face. Because if you understand the English, you get it.
Yeah. Okay. The mechanism. Okay. Baba said, if the willing is there,
there's
always solution.
Good.
Okay. It is if maintain, for example, maintain German, maintain English. Oh, one sir. So one son now the best spring.
A best spring.
People now the opposite can draw. So, but we African, we have to make effort. We have to make a step ahead. So, because okay, maintain German and there. They mean to me, 50 years, mean to me go school. Okay, me English is so we call elementary school no, we teach and train me here. But they me one me woman sa.
Yeah.
So me woman 9, me wo me for people and I'm the person me train no meet me I draw e dey atre obi. Sa me support the all kind is very good. It's very good. But if these resources are not there, we also have other resources.
Yeah.
So use your hand.
Yeah.
Well, use your hand on foods on egin was. Yeah. Depend the social verstehen.
Yeah.
It's sehr wichtig.
Me patron so be bika de Patrick can ya ni de o kan nyina no kre obviously na eden ya nyina yenim sa. But I think it's not even a problem with working so much, working so hard, because the thing is, eden ya me and find your home to tomorrow for no. So you know, we have more children, we have more responsibilities, we have so many things compared to omono. Inti omono to them it might be easier no for you easy for most parents. I know the end no correct. But my point is say I think we should still find time, find some ways and means be cry even it's cast no cry a problem and as a time no cry a problem cry na unu mo be cry obetimi abobo on kakra with the language and with some help be at home cry na. I think that is not a bad thing to do. Yeah. Not a bad thing to do.
The person they come and say, Tema na me go school no. Me ba na me go school no. One big problem I had was I didn't understand you as an European, because like there was 2 guys in our class. Or more you might imagine say, okay, their parents were well-being, they have something. But academically, they were very poor. Yeah. And I thought to myself, like I took something out of it, some white thing out of it, even though this is your, like when you go home, you speak the same language which was being taught at school. Everything is in your mother's tongue, in the same language that you are learning. You see, but we as Ghanaians, our language, we put it aside and we took the white man's, like the English language. That's not ours. We have to learn the English language. Even the one before the black boy teaching, he doesn't understand the English language very well. So the way of donation now came to us, so we accepted it. But you not being God being so good, you have the language, everything is written in your own mother language. Why are you not learning? So we the Africans, we should abase ourselves to where we are. It's not necessarily we the Africans, we don't know nothing. It's because the leaders didn't help, didn't build the structure. Now we have to climb. Think you say okay, mathematics you will key more. In Kayembre, explanation in Kayembre. You can say physics you key more Kayembre. But doing in foreign languages. So in the end, I say the remnant of colonization, colonization of family and white, but past. But right now, you adapt yourself to the system. Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Madam Ase. And now, me say you better way so say ye de akola ne nyakoko rescue na obefia. Awofo no so no ye wo ahaye I say ye tumi hwe niye. Say the medi kan na one ne nkwan na wo fie. And na say wo de na ko school. Nti no kwa okoko meeti enkola bebro okoko meeti and wo sa be fie nti oba from this time on I was say akola no ne bibia wo ye no yetumi ma ye ni ko ho because aha no or developmental changes be a one life patati atiase aha no o hwefie e na say we pia bondi to okoko hu ne mafoforo okoko meeti ni enipa foforo e bia kasa e kura ye kan no okona we kasa na aye na sum hanyan eti ni nyina no obe fie a sa na ma we ni nyina o say yetumi ye den ye pay attention. And no ebe kire akola ni movement and in the way of action from that age, So oye timida, so wo penipa, so wo penipa ni ade ni nyina no. It starts from here. And you say akola ni bia ye bring to we nyini nko an obe develop say akola we dey wo penipa na so wo penipa. Ni nyina hye ase e free ne nkola abrem at this age. It is said the yesu hu no ha say no. And na ye betumi aboa no where there should be the need for change, kwankura befa so ene ne be kasa wo sa ne man ho a ense sai be bia mfi say it start from here. Nti e ba ne sa nso a o ya wo fo ana yetumi ahye bibi sa enso na ye etumi aboa yen more.
Okay, so the kanka, we have vete on norm. English prayer, what can I say?
Values and
norms, yeah.
Norms.
Yeah. Values and norms. So values and norms, men can say we have your society values and norms. So and they are crammed between school. So but ethical values and norms are free. So yeah. It is early stages, critical. Until afterwards, so over school, so that society norms and values, will be easier. So there's a we need initial when then you come to conflict. So we which the school need the society norm a confront no. So now we cry more patches. So it's very, very important that initial stages now say 3 years no tiffy or con kindergarten and so no big grundschule in India. So now we say ethical values or norms in India. At least I was say with me. Because school no or more family you can example. Or more teaching the society as a whole. Teach the society as a whole. So it is individual norms now. If say from parents, from the family, they don't do that. There's a basic to put on the society norms and values. A crucial. Say the parents, have to give this kid, this ethical norms, understand what they are school, because it's very, very important, because it will have effect on so where Grundschule now, which direction it goes. It's very, very important.
Okay, your time no dear is a but say almost your time was, but you perceive Grundschule ni kakra bi na your next way no. Ya to also free ho, because school system is feel say broad, but you be na kakra na. I mean, ye di hon komo say the be ya ye mu bebre na say awfo bebre no ye betumi anya bibi kakra free ho no. And say no emfa say akra na free kindergarten na wawura Grundschule. Ahai na megidi sa awfo no your responsibility na nkasa hyase. Eti yeah, at this age no Mr. Patrick, obetumi ahyase ama e de be na I was say oh awfo before akra na run Grundschule no. Your responsibility pa any saying.
Thank you. Before now, Grundschule, no responsibility as a parent, no. First and foremost, which Grundschule na oko, that preparatory school be na oko, and I make us say you are scanning the future of your child. Everything that you are doing from the environmental stage, not to university, you are scanning the future of the child. And you have to bear it in mind, say you search through, okay, school in oko, preparatory school in oko. Then find everything about the school, the profile of the school. What do they teach? Is it more the way that you want it? And aside that, once the child starts school, the best thing is say you have to be on your guide. I mean, see to it that say what the child will be taught at school. When the child comes home, who as a parent, you have to revise with the child. So even though say language might be a problem, but you parents, you have to equip yourself, say whatever question now the child will ask, you find it as hard as possible to find a solution to it. Thank God we have computers, but back in the days, you have to go to the library. When I was a child, I think say okay, anywhere be near computer, my internet, my only book now, only one person, the teacher, no book, and the teacher can say okay, you have to go to the library. No, your research. Unless you ask somebody, your neighbor or something. But we thank God say we have computer. And from the word go now, question be a baby, the readiness of your parents not to be there. Who parents also say, okay, me chira say, or the mathematics in the small 1 + 1. As I want to year to sakra better. And a second is also like you have to build a friendship with the teachers, because from the Grundschule, will determine the child's future. The destiny rely on the Grundschule. Where the child is going after Grundschule, it depends on the start, of the starting point. But right from the starting point, you interact with the teachers. And also you have to be vigilant. Say any letters be a bit school more baby, you have to be on your heels. Say you're able to answer the questions.
Yeah, response.
The baby as answer. Let it be a baby. And the baby be on because ready to go. You have to respond to it. Say okay, or more may ready to more. And anytime be so like almost some kind of book be like assessment book be that assessment book. You have to write say okay, what changes have you been seeing on your child every week? You have to fill that form, and so you have to do it. Some parents don't do it. Anytime you have a PTA meeting, they always say the papers no more be more farm report no be more farm or sign, and always you have to sign it anytime. Once you do that, they will know say okay, your eyes are always behind your child. And in any way, any good feedback you your parents they promote me the mouth. Or the teachers not me the mouth. But idle now follow about the principles of the school now. Almost also be any information if you cry. Now your child will be found wanting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And and the no crack.
Mhm.
And the Patrick can I say so no crack because it seems that me back on my teacher for me bano I don't care na obi hu no bet me I there okay. So it's you know the Patrick is very critical because say one follow up so say say PTA unko you throw letter won near tree.
Yeah, ubua.
It could do excuse me to say it could do baby cry never say ebia minimal by track no I was say with the man you cry na so akwa manso so you know sani ema we nyina no na from parent side no obede because how should I put it hindrance
Obstacles, right?
Obstacles. Yeah.
Well, for your own child that shouldn't be the way. So we have to be proactive. To be about, we have to go for it. We have to say, "Untimi krana, seek advice." So we have a lot of people here in Stuttgart and I say in Germany, in set circumstances, they are ready to help.
Yeah, I'm ready to Mbabua.
Yeah. Okay. So parents, let's do it. Or we can make it.
Yeah. Me patron so me wo bibi ka efa ho no. The appearance. The appearance of your children, in fancy you go school and I say you call out bibi sana. Me who said also plays a big role kakra because before no me ka say also more perception that for foreigners naturally e wo that into no osama obako na me fan say let me put it this way onye presentable me ka presentable me can say okay the child should wear the newest things about markings designer bibisa enye no na make but just to obe presenting who well I mean why you neat here why ne shirt wakra no nti I say they be no look presentable because the intermakers are name kran say kran no have especially in that school so I won't show any for show le hono because hona mostly in groups started building because I quite remember say back near when that guy be wo no on shada nye yi sai so ba ne lunch crying shada nye yi on shada nye presentable papa and tade shano shada nye attractive kakra nti automatically na say dey be eyes on nko an one corner obi emfi no obi anye we because him so guy we dey like as enkra ne dey sana na ye drink kakra and apart from appearance no so who say dey be parents dey base you to say omo bags are you ready are you neat omo lunch can ho say common kodi omo wo ho abs kakra some euros bi kra na in case bbc kra na e wo no ho sports lessons been omo wa at least one who say in the sports we ni nyina bibia bi wo say like anytime bia no mo be hu say like you care and as anytime bia na akra no so no belongs to the group nya sa akra na wa nya sa akra na ni nka wo school mo ho. Yeah. And the child might not even tell you, and you also might not know. Until you be so bad, be you okay. And so no, obe kuma ko hewe kana obano kura no, oku school kura or outcast. Or no kwa number be obi emfi no. And see, said na Patrick can no man build it, especially teachers for no. And even some parents of the other children so kura you might not even know. Hey, until build this our contact in bibi on kura na enye teachers for no kura, the parents if you kura might tell you. And I say, hey, me bana buy was so bani say. To me feel say a hono so na yen hwe kakra the appearance and or more equipment for schooling. Hey, to say the Patrick can no bibi o ho say san or mo homework so yen check it. It's not even so buy what so why or some my because crowd of so why we come kwa na bia wonya nye ni nyina kwan wie. And ni nyina so mo mark ni nyina and ni nyina so no based on sa informations ni nyina na or marks ni nyina o mo di kom. Nti wan ko share teacher ni bia o ya ohun sa wokra won shada nya yi sa na every max be ultimate amount because at the end of the day when him say you don't really care oh the be ma obi a wokra wo be accept ni sa
na we ba ko a mepese ye behwe no so say akora ne wura gunshilo hanmo a o ya ofo wo setem bia no se de ye kan ya wo free school baby and school bag any other the kwana was say utimi hwem ebia a teacher for no say omuhu say akola no ebia o ka asem hwere na o kubisa na ne bia ne refia say omo de letter mana omo de be share the school bag him aha but akola no be fie no so wo for no na ni nkomo e de na ko school e de na o teacher ni busa na ade a oba ya pe waba beto ne bag na twe na o kwa kodi agro. It is said the party can say, your mouth let be also parents no or respond to her. You might not know of it. But say idea out checking the school bag, you money at the other bit of say, oh, ebia ye decide let away ashim. Na for all parents no. Now what me to one among. And now at this stage, no one cause I wouldn't makola na didi ewo efie. If you say no of school so I would didi. And no. I was say you put in considerations. For example, akola bi ohon ma o de aduane si nanimu a ote ho saa for hours. And the school no so no the time na ye adwuma. Aha nti say omu did na oba no nko an betina aduane for 3 hours they will not get that time for that child. And akola bi so ohon ma o be very smart. Wo ho time no say no assisted aduane nyina hye ne bag. Enti no say for be a whole week, na say oh I from one check it bag me who the other. I feel the next time because na bag ni mu nyina bon. Because we load ni ade na gumu ma say the books no kura nya ba bi ngu. It is an bag the kiti we nyina ye niam we say oh ya wo fo a you take into consideration. Aha.
And then can person make a chat for say one thing you have to bear it in mind no yeah. Say akra no say school especially wait comma parents no I mean paternal parents no say once I can say we have this restive mindset and say okay we want to acquire your properties anyway you know I say so the time to glance through what our children are doing no it doesn't come in our mind very bad because say akra all parents no one perform well in case one cranny be bra the probability said the second child no getting admission in the school no less. What am I saying? Because they look at the performance of the first kid and the interaction and the reaction and the readiness of the parents no responding to important informations. I mean responding to the educational system of the child no if they don't see it in a percentage where it may affect the next child no yes admission no vacancy for admission for the next child no and we are very different even though there's a vacant there no vacancy for anyone and it's very important that parents no they have to bear it in mind because once now they see the performance no not only academically but like the parents readiness now the second child the third child the fourth child I mean to the 10th child no omunya vacancy one because they know say that experience that they had with the first child no it's a continual like experience in a sequential manner for the next children or mobile. So it's very important. And remember, I mean, like single parents, we have this excuse to exempt, but like parents and double parents, no more, they have to bear it in mind, say, at least no, one have to play an effective role in raising the child. Say no, still be your presence or any call be he has to attend to the call.
Yeah. Yeah, so because obia some person belasting obia mbe.
Yeah, no bad.
Just no be try some be prevented.
Exactly.
Belasting. So yeah.
Okay.
Me patcho me so one more be.
Please, Abby, before you come in.
Okay.
We would like to remember our listeners that our next program will be on the 25th of July. 25th of July, that is next month. So please bear it in mind that on the 25th of July, you will be back. You will soon be closing. And also bear in mind that this program is being shown on Sankofa TV International on Facebook, Sankofa TV International on YouTube. You can also listen to it on Sankofa Radio. Please join us whenever it is 5 o'clock on this date mentioned, we have only 1 hour for this program. So 5 o'clock on the 25th of July, you will be back to continue with the program. My panelists, please give your last comment because our time is almost up. Sister Abby?
Yeah. One thing I wanted to say is say apart from PTA no krano, while as a parent, they will mukra utimi free school moho buku appointments. Ekra koho ekobusa the way our ban will see here in school. And even crass or difficulties be or hokrana, maybe a more be or hokrana. Or mobile to me aboa with no so crana. It's high option so sour because PTA no here the whole year and I think I know twice pepper na no more. Apart from that one, so bet me afro book nice or no almost no interactive with you over here. My last words they say apart from the no you say will be busy here and there a life a bit difficult, a bit busy in there. But I think so when you do best to find time to invest in your child, and at the end of the day, no later, you will benefit from it. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Ajimai?
Okay.
Last word.
Said your sister Abigail, we have to invest in our child. In the future, we can get yes, we personally, but or that the parent personally, but it could be said, assume as bad na no. Okay, it's very, very good.
Yeah. Thank you. Sir Patrick, do you have something?
What I would say is very few. Like what I said before. You need to scan the future. We scan through scan the future of the child. Like what your sister Abby said, is very important. We parents have to do our best to know that our offspring are coming up like a better person in the future, because everything that we start right now is going to have impact on their destination. How the child will become in the future depends on the start goal, the starting point.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Bevan say be parents not be more German Hana or more etie, If there is any EBR they want to discuss now, to me, I'm ready to give my support.
Okay.
So the true Sankofa, the one can get contact with.
Okay.
Yeah.
We once again thank all our listeners for giving us your time. We thank you very much and we appreciate your presence. And we hope to meet you next month on the 25th to continue the program. I am your host, Mr. Dominic Chimensa. We are out of here. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.